Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing the introduction to React.js. In this video, we will be covering the basic concepts of React.js. Okay, first of all, what is React.js? React.js is a library developed by Facebook. It is used to develop UI components and it's a front-end technology. Okay, so the concept of React.js is like, let's say, we have a web application which is dynamically updating. It's every time the contents of that web page is updating. So in that case, React.js we can use React.js. It would be a best option. Like in a particular scenario, if we say like if you see Facebook, then there is a like button. Like every many people are clicking like button in every second, so there are a lot of likes are coming in a second. So but when we check, the likes are continuously updating, like comments, everything is updating without reloading the full application. Everything is updating dynamically. So and that type of scenarios we can handle using React.js. The main advantages is the user interactive web application we can develop, and the other thing is code is divided into components. Components can be reusable. The reusability is one of the main advantages of React.js. And React.js is one of the most popular JavaScript library. First of all, it's a library. Don't confuse a library with a framework. React.js is considered as a library. A library means it is focused on a particular function, only one functionality, focus on particular functionality. And a framework is like it can have more functionalities. It can have multiple functionalities. Okay, and the latest version of React is React 18. It is updating. It have it is updating. It have the latest version is 18, and a lot of people are behind it. It has a large community. When we come to the history of React.js, um, while developing some applications in Facebook, few people found that the DOM is actually slow. The real DOM, the web application loads in a DOM. That is, DOM means document object model, the basic structure of HTML, that is called the DOM. A web page we can call it as a document. In the document object model, there will be a document tag, HTML tag, a body tag. It will be like that. Okay, it is considered as a object. The whole web page is considered as an object. Okay, so uh, okay, then they found that the browser DOM, that is actual DOM, is really slow. So they found one solution for that, is like to create a virtual DOM. Virtual DOM means it is a copy of real DOM, but it saves in memory. It is like it is not real. It's a virtual memory, virtual DOM. So how React.js works is like once a particular data or a particular component changes in the web application, it updates the virtual DOM. It's not going to the real DOM. It updates the virtual DOM. It compare the virtual DOM with the actual DOM and find out the difference and only update that particular component. Okay. In a normal web application, if we change any data in a particular component, then we need to reload to get that in effect. But if you are using React.js, no need to reload. It will update simultaneously. It will get updated. So only that particular component will get updated. Instead of loading the full page, only that particular component will get updated. So that is the main advantage of React.js. Okay. Okay, I will show you how a DOM will look like. See, this is a DOM. This is the structure of the DOM. Like the main page is a document. Then inside that HTML tag will be there. HTML, then head and body tag will be there. Inside head, title meta tags will be there, and in body tag, all the elements will be present inside the body tag. Okay. And in React.js, we have already mentioned like it is a virtual, it's a component-based architecture. Okay, so components-based architecture means the whole web page is divided into components. For example, we have a web page and we can divide that web page to header, sidebar, footer, main content. So all these will be components. Okay, so this is how React creates the web page. So if any value of this component changes, then that particular component will change. If, for example, if any data in this footer changes, then footer only that footer will get updated. No other components will get updated. Okay. Okay. Next, let's see what are the uses of React.js. React.js is widely used nowadays, and the uses are for creating SPS. SPS means single page applications. For creating SPS and creating hybrid applications, creating mobile applications, and we can have create native mobile application. Also using with the use of a plugin called capacitor. So these are all the uses of React.js and features of React.js. When we come to the features of React.js, this virtual DOM is one of the main feature of React.js. As I already told, it loads in a virtual DOM. Instead of real DOM, it loads in a real DOM, so it is very faster. Okay. So, and one another thing is JSX. JSX is a special syntax, a JavaScript syntax like XML. JavaScript plus XML. Using JSX, we can write JavaScript inside HTML. And one another feature is unidirectional flow. Unidirectional flow means the data will be passed from higher order components to lower order components. For example, if we go to that component diagram, here you can see this is a main component. In the main components is divided into header, sidebar, main content, and footer. So the data will be passed from the main component to child component, from parent component to child component. So the flow will be unidirectional. For debugging, it will be very easy for debugging. Okay. If we have one another component here inside main content, like we have a form inside the main content, then the data will be passed from main content to the form. Okay, so the data flow will be unidirectional from. Okay, one another thing related to JSX is, as I already mentioned, JSX is a special syntax that browser will not understand. Okay, so to make it understandable to the browser, there is a compiler used. Not compilers, it's a transpiler. Okay, there is a transpiler used to convert the JSX to normal JavaScript. That is Babel. Babel is a transpiler which is used to convert the JSX to the actual JavaScript. Okay. Okay. And there is component in components. There is functional components and class components. Functional. There are two types of components: functional components and class components. Okay. With that, we will discuss in detail later. Uh, We will discuss functional components only because class components are outdated. Class components are it was necessary in old versions of React.js. Now React hooks are introduced, so the class components are outdated with the use of React hooks. Okay. uh, every component has its own states and properties. uh, There are two terms that we will discuss in later, that are states and properties. Every component has its own states and properties. Okay. State means a state of a component that can be changed. That can change anytime based on the event. Based on the event, like on click, on change, and there will be events. That even based on that event, the state of a particular element or a component can be changed. But the properties are the properties of a component. For example, if we go to the component diagram, the property of a header means, uh, like a header can be title, and its meta tags, that can be properties. For example, a header component can be described, can be defined like this: header. Okay, we call the header component like this. First letter should be capital. Okay. The camel case of letter format is used for defining the components. Okay, first letter should be capital. And the difference between states and props are, states are mutable. Mutable means changeable. Okay, properties are unmutable. Property value cannot be changed. If we pass a state from a higher order component to a lower component, means a parent component to child component, the state can be changed from the child component. Like for example, if we are passing a state like counter, state value is counter, or state value is state is active state. When in the parent state, it is considered, in the parent state, it was active equal to true. We need to make it false when we go to the child component. So in the child component, we can set the state to false. But in case of properties, we cannot change that state in the child component. That property in the child component, the property value will be immutable. Okay, that is the different main difference between states and props. Okay, that we will discuss in later. And now we will discuss the life cycle methods. Life cycle methods are initialization, mounting, updating, unmounting. Life cycle methods of components. Okay, initialization means, when we initialize a particular component, the probes will be, the default states and probes will be defined. So that is called the initialization phase. Okay, mounting phase means when a component is mounted to the DOM. That is called the mounting phase. Okay, updating phase means when a state of a component is changed. Okay, any state, the state of the component is changed, it is called the updating phase. Okay, then it will re-render that particular component. Okay, unmounting phase is when it is removed from the DOM. When we navigate to another link or another page, then it will be, that component will be unmounted. Okay, or no need to navigate, or else when we remove that component while in some other logic, based on some other logic, like on click, we remove that particular component, then that component is unmounted. Okay, this that is called the unmounting phase. So these are all the phases, life cycle phases in a component. Okay. Okay, that's all about the introduction of React.js. And We will cover the rest of the sections, rest of the things in next videos, in detail, like in code level we will discuss from the next video onwards. So please like and share. If you have any queries, please comment.